I'm gonna finish off my bagels real quick.
Okay.
Well, I'm rolling live, so. All right, everybody.
I'm ready for you
Sorry
guys
I'm
to do
late.
your. It's going to be a mini recap this time, whenever you feel as if it is appropriate.
Stuff happened. Here we are. All right, I gotta turn that. Put him on mute. I had Electro stream up, so I can kind of see what's going on over there too. So we are going to get started here in a few minutes. We are waiting for our DM to finish eating bagels with peanut butter on them. The peanut butter is not indicative to speaking clearly. I know it sounds like I have peanut butter in my mouth all the time anyway, but that's how it goes. So we are getting started in just a minute.
So, shall we start off with our recap?
Go for it.
Shit. Oh yeah. So, instead of just like sitting around, we decided to put our newfound curse to good use. We figured, there's some upside here, 100%, right? Being able to breathe underwater.
I don't even know why we got rid of the curse.
Yeah, just dry land has its, unless we can find a way to invent, what do you call it, like water suits or something. I feel like this is the way to go for now. But we decided to swim around beneath the harbor because we were like, hey, maybe someone dropped some goods in the harbor. Ships come in and out, crates get lost, etc. We could give that a shot. And after a little bit of investigating, we did, in fact, find something quite nice. And we pulled it up. It was this lovely case. Who got it open? Was it Bron who opened it? I know we got like a pry bar.
I think it took two of us to open it. We broke it.
Yeah, I think
it might
so.
have been me. I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyways, well then Bron thought that, he got excited. He was like, I love shinies. And we pulled off this little like velvet handle. And this little velvet rag, and beneath that was this really shiny. We didn't know what, but Bron was like, "I want that," and he grabbed it, and that was not a great call on his part, because there was an explosion basically as he was zapped. And thrown back into the harbor, all smoking and shit. And the rod, whatever the hell it was, went flying off in the other direction, busted up some dude's shop.
That was a roll of a 1, if I remember right, on picking that up.
Was it? Oh, you know what?
Yes,
I think it was.
It
was. Your Constitution or whatever. It was a lovely little critical there in the opposite direction. Which is where the rod went. And, and then we had, Grant hunted that down because he figured Bron was okay. He was like, yeah, Bron's gonna be fine. So the shopkeeper, we busted his, like, dwarven stained glass window or some shit, which got him all pissed. But we had our own stained glass, and we were able to broker a deal of, please don't sue us, and we'll give you stained glass. And he was like, yeah, all right. Grant may have had an altercation with the guards. It's hard to remember. So that was that.
And if I remember right, and Darin was able to... Oh, thank you for that.
You getting them big bits, boy?
We got something.
Sorry to interrupt.
That was that was Andarin. Thank you for that. Anyway, he was able to find Magnus and get us cured. Short story. A little longer story was he created a huge misunderstanding between a few people.
Yeah,
Explain that a
our
little.
former companions in traveling were not. I managed to find the one that would be the least likely to carry a message correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a telephone game getting wrong, but I never heard of it. One leg of it getting that bad. Trying to remember, what did he say? That because you had said we needed to get help for curing ourselves, and somehow he thought we were under attack of some sort.
So if I remember correctly, after that you actually did manage to.
I was muted. I wasn't
You
muted.
didn't manage to find Magnus. He kind of found you. Because for some reason he thought something awful was going on, and you needed him urgently.
Yeah.
So he rushed there.
Oh yeah, and he used all of his energy to cure the diseases, and promptly passed out, and we put him up in a room.
And then his
Remember,
friend,
right?
then his friend started giving you money for some reason.
He made a donation.
Yeah.
He made a donation to the Seagulls.
Oh, yeah. Those rotten bastards.
Big issue with the seagulls.
They took his money.
True. But maybe they'll put it
The
to better use.
thieves,
Maybe
a lot of
maybe they're very poor seagulls and they needed the cash.
And fuck them. Just go back where they came from and get some jobs.
I'm not sure if that's racist.
I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know.
So right now, it is the middle of the day. You've all spent a lot of time standing around. You're still all wet from from taking a small trip into the harbor.
Oh, I'm watching Magnus right now.
You
And
are
our
with
stuff.
Magnus and your stuff. I don't think the other two of you are too far off.
Well, and Darren found what's his face. But we've been unable to locate any of the others. Like, we don't know what to do, I guess.
Right. So I thought I remembered Andarin was staying guard over the
Power rod.
whatever you found, the power rod, and we were kind of dealing with some stuff, but we were done. So I think we're kind of at a point where we don't know what to do at this point. So
I'm pretty sure we haven't collected
can't-
our money yet
that's true. We have to get our monies,
from the port guy.
and we're still waiting around for armor to be done.
That is true. How long have we been gone?
We were out to sea for about 5 days.
He said it would take 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much done with the first week. Maybe we could find some odd jobs to do around town to fill the next week.
Mayhaps.
Or we just hang out
Mm-hmm.
and let time kind of fly by quickly.
There's nothing to stop you from sitting around right now.
Except we want to get our money first.
Yes.
I will go and grab Grint and see if we can go down and get our pay.
Well, I'm not going to leave Magnus here. And I'm
we
still
put him in
waiting
a
to
room?
hear back from. Yes, I'm with him. I am standing over him. That's the whole point.
That's-
I'm watching our stuff and Magnus.
Oh, I thought Endoran was going to do that, so I could take Endoran.
No,
and go
he
get-
went and talked. He went and talked to the other guy, their leader, and
So he's not back yet.
should be.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I am now caught up. Well, I'll just go by myself and go get the monies.
There you go.
Braun leaves by himself off to go and find the dockmaster that you were supposed to get paid by. And you do find him easily enough. Right now, even though it's the middle of the day, he is currently stumbling around on the docks, waving around a bottle drunkenly.
Of course he is. I will approach him and say, ahoy, I just want to make sure we can't...
Enjoy your stay.
We kind of had a bit of an issue as we landed after our job was complete, so we are back now having resolved that and would like to get our pay for this. Thank you for the phone.
What do you want?
Commander.
Your money? I can't
Yeah.
pay you right now. I gotta pay those adventurers. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
slumps
we-
over.
We are the adventurers, and I slap him around a little bit, wake him up.
Yeah, you grab him and shake him, and he says, "Oh, your money's. It would talk to G reception." And he falls back into the crates and starts snoring.
All right, is he laying on the dock right now?
Yeah, he's just kind of in a pile of crates between some bags of grain.
Could I, using my foot, roll him into the bay?
No, you'd have to pick him up.
I don't want to pick him up and throw him in. All right, I'll leave him where he is and go off and find the reception area and get paid that way.
Yeah. You go talk to his receptionist for the offices, and she hands you over your money without a second word and wishes you well. Offers you a small sweet candy as well.
Cool. I will take that.
Is it one of the strawberry ones?
It is. It's exactly what you're thinking of.
Yes.
All right, I will pop that in my mouth and count the monies.
You count out all your funds all together, and there's a small note with it that says that they had to subtract a little bit because ship repairs are very expensive, but you still make out with a nice 9 gold pieces.
All right, I put the 9 gold into the party funds and walk my way back.
Okay. You return to your friends, and Magnus has still not awoken yet. He's still snoozing gently on one of the beds in the rooms.
All right, well, I will tell Grint, hey, I did find someone who could pay us. We got paid, so we're good to go whenever we feel like going.
Okay, then. That's good. But Magnus has it, nothing. Not a peep out of him.
Yeah, well, I am okay with kind of hanging out and getting some nice sea air,
Okay.
as it were. So, and I want to get my armor, so I just say we hang out until then. Unless you want to do some exploring or adventuring of some sort.
Well, I mean, like, once Magnus gets up, maybe we could have a look around. But until then, yeah, I'm just gonna sit around. I mean, if we're gonna wait around for the armor, it is gonna be a while.
So,
It's gonna be at least a week, I think. We'll have to. Maybe we could head over to the shop and ask him how much longer it's gonna take. But
well, if you want, I'll go check that out while you keep
Yeah.
an eye on him.
no, that makes You do that. I will stay here.
All right, I will go to the armory.
You go to the armorer's shop that you were previously in to commission your piece of armor. And when you find him, the store owner is actually working on it. Right now he's fabricating a shoulder piece. And to your eyes, it clearly isn't done. Actual structure is pretty much almost complete, but it's going to need a lot more finishing work. You already know. Experience with armor. He pretty much tells you the same. He says he's perfectly on track to fulfill the timetable.
Awesome. Well, it's good to hear. I just wanted to check in, make sure everything was fine. There were no issues that with sizing or anything like that. So it's good to hear that everything's progressing nicely then.
He promptly sends you on your way when more customers arrive.
All right. Now we'll leave. All right.
After a few more minutes, while you are still out, Magnus reawakes, and he just kind of leaves.
I don't get to say anything to him.
You can say something to him, but
Yeah,
he's
but
like grabbing his stuff, like looking around for his hat.
I'm like, hey, are you okay?
Oh yeah, perfectly fine.
Really? Well, what happened back there?
Sometimes casting spells makes me sleepy. You know, it's a hard work.
I agreed. Yes, absolutely. I mean, carrying these mongoloids on our backs is very difficult. I can hear you.
Exactly. What do they do without our healing spells?
Unappreciative little shits.
Magnus nods in agreement as he continues to search for his hat.
Oh, all right. If you're fine, then I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much for healing us.
He nods to you, and finally finding his hat, he leaves.
All right then.
Yeah, the healing's not appreciative, but I didn't see you offering him any gold or anything.
I mean, we were brothers in arms at that point. I think it's healer's code. We don't pay each other. We just do it for free.
It only seems to work that one way, though. I don't. It's usually not the other way.
I mean, if you needed healing, I stood by and watched him. Okay, for free. Took up many hours of my day to keep an eye on him. Didn't even ask for a thank you. All right, it's healer's code. So, what do they got in the shop say?
The guy in the shop said that as he was working, he's actually working on our armor at the time, said it would be done as expected, but it'll probably be another week.
Son of a bitch. All right. That's okay. We expect this. We had planned for this thing. What do we do now?
Well, we can take it easy for a week, or see if we can get another ship ride. Maybe they need another expedition out.
Yeah, I'm pretty done with boats right now. Let's pull up the map. Let's have a look around the surrounding area.
Oh, by the way, we just to let you know, we did get 9 gold for that. So
okay, we'll just keep that in the party funds for now.
we'll do. Are down here.
Right, here we are in the port city.
Down here. So we're at.
We know there's that forest over there, but we thought it was haunted, and we ain't no Ghostbusters, so.
Did we make it out to that hole out there, or did we just not get that far?
No. We turned
On the
around
ship.
before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we saw it in the distance.
Yeah, well, we saw the rocks that sit around it. And he was like, there's the stones. I don't want to get any closer. It's
You saw
bad news
that rock.
bears. Yeah. So we just got
Is
the
that the-
fuck out.
Is that the rock we blew up? Part of it?
No. I think that was a different rock that was located somewhere in the mist, which is not shown here.
That's an interesting tree to the north of the rocks there by the mountains.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like a watchtower of some sort.
Mayhaps. But that's a long ways away. Like, if we were going to go all the way there, we could just go back to the town and try to sell off this fucking rod that we got at the auction house. But we would spend, like, so much time and supplies just trekking back and forth. Like, honestly, if we were going to do that, we could just, like, cancel our fucking order and go to the big town and get a real armor smith to do it, and then go get more shit at the bent coin, and then, bing, bang, boom.
And I think I would rather wait for what's already being
Agreed.
partially made. So I would say we just take a quick week of relaxation, pick our armor, and get out of town.
I'm kind of a busybody. I can't do it.
Can't just sit around doing nothing, relaxing, having fun with the local female persuasions.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Going out, max, and relaxing, all cool.
We could go out rock hunting again.
The chances of us being able to cripple one right off the bat again, I'm not too favorable for.
I have skills, baby. I think I have more skills than I did then now.
No, we're pretty much the same schmucks we were when we fought that rock.
I thought the rock gave us a level up fighting it.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So now I get double attacks on the double attacks I already have, so
Hell, we could just see if there's like a notice board for odd jobs people need.
see if there's a local adventurers guild
Yeah,
chapter
I'm
of some
gonna
sort.
go. Not exactly. I'm just gonna go up to the what's his face, the barkeep at the tavern.
Quick question, Riz. When I got that payment, did they give me a sign off on that on our sheet or whatever we need to take back to the Adventurers Guild or not?
Yeah, they did. They
Okay.
put an X on it, basically.
Good. Just want to make sure that was handled. I have to go back.
So I'd like to head up to the barkeep of the Drunken Sailor.
Mm-hmm. You go to the innkeeper, I guess, of the Drunken Sailor. And he looks up at you expectantly. What can I do for ye?
Yeah, do you guys happen to have like a notice board around here where people can pick up odd jobs?
Should be one near the market square, eh?
Yeah.
Not sure if it would have the kind of thing that you and your folk are looking for, however.
Me and my folk? What's that supposed to mean?
You know, you adventuring types.
Oh. Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Maybe. We'll see. Then just kind of storm off. That was good. He backpedaled, but I know he's talking about dwarves. That's what he was doing. He's being racist. So I'd like to make my way to the marketplace then.
You decide that you are going to give this job board at the marketplace a visit.
Is Andarin with us yet? Or is it just to us?
That is a valid question.
Well, I assume he returned from what's his face to give me an update on Magnus, and then we were all just together in the room when Magnus woke up.
Or was I down in the bar? That's probably where I'd be.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Also, before we do leave town here, I'd like to settle up with the gentleman that stole from me. Let me see here. Yeah, Baristo, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to visit him at the jail. So yeah, let's go to the message board and see what jobs there are on offer.
Mm-hmm. So this message board, does it stick out like a sore thumb?
Yes, it does. In this market square, it is a center of activity. Because the market itself, it isn't a particularly special market day, but there are people buying and selling goods here, as you would expect. But the job board and the postings there are being talked over and looked over by dozens of people. You see farmers, fellow adventurers, two fellows in red mage robes, that sort.
All right. I just would like to see what kind of jobs are on the board then.
Okay, make some kind of roll. It is very busy. This is like one of those telephone poles where it's like almost half a foot thick of just papers that have piled up over the years.
Okay, I'll do investigation, I guess.
Anything in particular you were looking for? Any type of job, or are you just looking for things?
I'm looking for something that might require some people to get smacked or, extermination of a sort.
It doesn't take us too far away from our present position. I don't want to take 2 weeks to get somewhere, then 2 weeks back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
You don't find an awful lot. There's a lot of things for people that are looking for mining jobs, exploratory bits to chart the ocean floor in a few spots. From
Chart the ocean floor? How?
If only we had a mechanism to breathe underwater.
Shut up!
It's explained by the sheet that the cartographers basically lower you in a giant bell.
Oh,
and
diving
you go
bell.
down there and you tell them what you see.
God.
Okay.
They say that the fatality rate is very low, only 15%.
I don't believe that. They gotta be rounding down.
Well, hey, it's better than the method I thought they used.
If you get half of the adventurer back, they're only half dead.
Exactly, right?
I would
How
have
do you
thought
guys-
they were just poking around with a stick.
How do you guys feel about the diving bell job? I kind of want to do this.
My entire goal for the last week was to be on this side of the water.
And now it'll be different.
I'm not too keen on that.
Why not?
How much is the pay?
What is the pay? Does it say?
They pay you by the hour.
Why don't you tell you what? Why
5
don't we
silver
go
pieces
ahead?
per person per hour?
5 per person per hour? That's easy. It's easy work, man.
That is easy
Sitting-
work,
Just
right?
sitting around and looking. I can sit around and look. all
I am
day long.
also an accomplished looker.
You guys are really gonna make me do this.
Earlier, you were talking about how you felt sad that you didn't have the seasickness and you wanted to go down and swim and be a mermaid. Well, here's your chance, sport.
Well, because that counters my one major fear of the oceans, and
Drowning?
yes,
Is it drowning? Is it water getting in the lungs? Is it just that is the inescapable black pitch in every direction while you're just crushed by the water around you? Is it that? Is it that one?
yeah, it's definitely that one.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. So, anyways, I'm looking at this sheet. Where do we go?
Just down to the docks. You're supposed to go to a ship with red sails. It's the only one there. You'll
Sweet.
see it when you
All
find
right.
it.
I'm waving them on like, let's go. Damn, really wish we'd have kept that sickness now. That would have been ideal.
All right, so you're gonna take this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You leave the sheet on the board as it instructs you to do so, and you make your way back down to the docks. And down here, it doesn't take you very long before you do find the red ship, or the red-sailed ship. The ship is significantly smaller than the one owned by the Adventuring Guild, but it's also longer and flatter. It's more of a sloop than it is a long-term sailing vessel.
I see.
And you are greeted when you approach the ship by a fellow in brown robes with some spectacles on. He's currently looking over a small ledger. Hello there. What do you want from the Cartographers Guild? At the moment, we are not offering our services.
Oh, we got a
You'll have to
piece of
visit the
paper.
officers.
It says you guys want us to go down to the bottom of the ocean and have a look at it.
Oh, excellent. More adventurers. Yes, excellent. So you're going down in the diving belt. Wonderful. We will just getting ready to leave. We do have a spare bell for you. It's 4 to a bell, of course, but your last member will be assigned to you. Go ahead and hop on whenever.
So, timeout. I asked him if I could have just a moment because I have a question. So at this point, we have all of our stuff with us. I'm a little bit concerned about this dwarven power rod. And my concern is that, having it around water doesn't seem to be super great. And we broke the damn box it was in. I don't know if we can find a way to reseal it or whatever. I'm honestly thinking about, seeing if I can get, a safety deposit box at the bank or something. What do you guys think of that?
Or we could leave it on shore with Andar and then let him back out of this.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I mean, what if you guys need an archer down at the
Underwater.
Underwater in a bell.
He's like Hawkeye. I asked him if I could real quick, just finish up some business I have in town before we head off.
If you have business to attend to, I would hurry. We were about to leave, but I'll tell them to wait for you.
All right. I asked him if he knows where the bank is by chance.
The Royal Treasury, you mean?
Sure, that's the thing you said.
The Royal Treasury for the region is, you'll see it. It's by the exchange offices, near the. It's near the markets. You'll find it.
All right, I head to the markets.
All right, I will stay there and go ahead and get in one of the bells and kind of call dibs on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't let these bastards leave without me.
You go up onto the ship while Grint wanders off. Once you're upon the ship, you can see that you are not the only group there. The ship is carrying 4 large diving bells, and it also has these weird, like circular sections cut out of the center of the ship. It's very strange. It's like sealed up all the way down, like a big cylinder through the ship. Then it seems like the bells are positioned above it, and they drop them through, rather than dropping them
right
off
to
the
me.
side.
Huh.
And there are other groups here. There seems to be a group of professional divers here. For them, they're talking about their finds lately. It seems like diving for pearls is a valuable service that they do.
I bet it is.
There's some other adventurers who are arguing about if they'll need armor or not. And one more group of adventurers, though they aren't really arguing, they're eating lunch at the moment. Though nobody seems too concerned. This seems like a pretty casual day's work. Grint, in the meanwhile, has easily found the exchange in the Royal Treasury. The Royal Treasury is clearly labeled as the Royal Treasury on a large engraving above the 2 grand doors to the Royal
How
Treasury.
Convenient.
Several dozen guards standing outside.
All right. I start making my way inside.
You approach the Royal Treasury, and the guards give you the up and down look, though they don't stop you as you go through the doors. Inside, the Royal Treasury has a pristine marble floor. You know it's marble because you're a dwarf, and you just know these things.
Mhm.
And it is exquisite craftsmanship all around. The building is mostly empty, though there are a few rich-looking merchants that are speaking with various representatives of the Treasury. And someone does approach you after they see you enter. Hello. What
Oh.
are you doing on this fine day, sir? Are you here to make a deposit?
Actually, I need to store an item. Very valuable. I'm going on a trip, you see, and I need to keep it safe while I'm gone.
He raises an eyebrow. Of course, of course. What is the nature of the item?
It's magical.
Is it dangerous?
In the wrong hands, it could be. So that's why I need to store it.
Is it any danger to the container it will be in? And you see he's pulled out like a form, and he's marking things off.
No, that won't be a problem.
Any special recommendations for handling?
Don't.
No, as long as it's inside the case, it should be fine.
Excellent, excellent. How long will you need it to be stored?
About a week.
What are the dimensions of said item?
It's a cylinder, 3 feet long, about, what would you say, like an inch thick? Or is it thicker than that?
The case itself is much thicker than.
You mean I need to give him the dimensions of the case itself?
Yeah.
I just show him the case then.
You just pull it out and show him, and he takes a few measurements with a small instrument and marks them down. Excellent. Our storage is for that would be 3 silver pieces per day. Though long-term stays will cost you more.
Okay.
This is only for a week, correct?
Correct.
Payment up front would be appreciated.
All right. That would be what, 21 silver pieces?
Of course.
Then I hand him the 21 silver pieces.
And when you hand him the 21 silver pieces, he holds out his other hand expectantly.
And I give him 2 silver pieces there.
He returns them to you.
What?
What do you want? You planning on storing up for further than a week? We do not require any more payment other than the initial.
Oh,
Your
okay.
item, if you will, please.
Yeah, I hand him the item.
Of course, you give him the item. And he gives you a weird look, but he also gives you a copy of the form that he filled out. This is yours. Return it to us when you wish for your item returned. If you do not come back within 2 days of your week, we will appropriate it for the Royal Treasury, and it will be taken into our care as royal possession.
So is there any way I could buy like some insurance to ensure that it doesn't happen? You know, like maybe I could set up for something so that if I am a little bit late, I just pay some type of overdue fee.
Of course, all items are available back for a small fee, of course.
What would that fee be?
Depends on the nature of the item and the duration over which it is overstayed.
Fair enough. It shouldn't be an issue, but good to know.
Of course, sir. Thank you for your business. The Royal Treasury welcomes you.
All right. This note that I have indicating my item and whatnot. What should I call it?
A pawn slip. I don't know. Call it whatever you want. Something that you'll remember.
Pawn slip it is.
Basically what it is.
And with that, I head back to the docks.
You return to the docks with your where your two friends are waiting for you. I don't know what Andarin's been up to, but Braun is standing by one of the diving bells on the ship. The fellow that originally welcomed you there just gives you a nod as you head up onto the ship itself.
All right.
Okay. And I'll follow him up on the ship. Last one to step foot off the gangplank.
As soon as you come up, a few sailors on deck pull the gangplank up.
Mm-hmm.
And they pull it up, and everybody kind of congregates near the ship's wheel. A middle-aged man comes up and prepares to speak. Hello, I'm the captain of this here ship. I expect you all to behave yourselves while you're aboard. We see many different faces here. Some of you we might see again, hopefully, if this task suits you. However, I will now let my two partners from the Cartographers Guild explain to you what we will be doing today. And he steps to the side and starts to order the crew about in preparations to cast off, as two of the men that you've seen before in brown robes, one of them moves to speak. He's tall and wispy and thin, and he could either be like 30 or 60, but he speaks confidently.
Okay.
Welcome. Today, of course, we will be charting a small piece of the ocean floor. Most of you will simply be taking observations of what you see and observations of the terrain. However, any extra information you can give us, such as drawings or measurements, are highly appreciated. Of course, this is not such a strict. What did you say? He like turns to his friend who like indicates what they said, what they had like prepared on a piece of paper with their note cards. This is not such a strict task. It will hold you rigidly to a quota. However, it would be nice if you all tried your best out there. Thank you. We will give you more instructions when we arrive at our destination. And as he says that, the boat lurches away from the dock, and as the sailors begin to row. And you expect this grand journey, leaving the port once again, expecting it to crawl out of sight. But actually, when the port's still in sight, once you're a good distance away, the captain calls for the crew to drop the anchor. You're like spitting distance away from the port.
Huh.
Barely a few miles out.
How far can you spit?
Pretty far.
Apparently so.
Further than Grant could.
And the captain begins to order the crew about once again, and they prepare the diving bells to go down. And once again, the tall cartographer that you spoke to before shuffles up and speaks to all of you adventurers and professionals sitting around the bells themselves. As before, you will be going down in these bells. There should be plenty of air in there for an extended duration. We'll pull you up after a few hours and move to a different location and begin again. Of course, please don't tap on the windows down there. The pressure is quite high, you understand, and things might not go well if you get too rough with the inside of the bells. So please do be careful. If anything is wrong, simply pull the rope in the middle of the bell, and we will pull you back up. Understood?
Yeah, it sounds about good.
You utter your affirmation, as does everyone else. Split into teams, please, and we'll get ready to lower you.
All right. How big are these teams?
Groups of 4.
Okay, so it's us 3, and then does anyone want to join our group? Like, are there, I think, stragglers, like me in fucking 5th grade?
There is a straggler. A young man wearing semi-fine clothes and with a notepad in one hand approaches your group. Is it all right if I go down with you, sirs?
Grint is like really enthusiastic. Like, are you kidding? It's better than all right. And like slap him on the back. I'm like, welcome to the team, champ.
Thank you, sir.
What's your name?
Me. He seems like off put by your enthusiasm.
Good. All right.
I'm Jonsen. It's a pleasure to meet you, sirs.
What was that? Jansen?
Yes, but most of my friends just call me Jan.
You got it, Jan. I like grab his hand with like both hands and I'm like shaking it vigorously. I go, I'm Grint, and this is Braun, and that's Andarin. And we live for this shit.
It's nice to meet all of you, sirs. He scrambles off to the bell.
All right. So do we have to wear like any special clothing or anything?
No, it seems everybody's just getting in whatever they were wearing.
All right, let's fucking do this. I got water walk prepared, and yeah, no, we're good. I'm ready for this.
Okay. Right. You all climb into your various bells. You climb in from under them, and then they lower them down to be resting on the deck. And then they scoot them using a system of like conveyors and pulleys to be above the holes in the center of the ship. And you all begin to be lowered down. The ocean is surprisingly deep here, and as you go further down, you notice that off the top of the bell, there's some sort of a light that's being cast off. It's probably some sort of magical lamp, like a mage light or something. It does a good job of illuminating the murky water around you.
Like while we're going down, Grint is just like praying in Dwarvish, but I'm like not even saying anything. I'm just trying to like choose the most guttural, aggressive sounding words, and just getting louder and louder as we're going down.
Okay.
And Andarin is like staring at Grint, giving a "I really wish you wouldn't" look the entire time.
How's our boy Yanni doing?
He seems to be frantically writing in his book.
Good.
Mostly ignoring you.
I'm going to do a perception check. See if I can notice anything on the way down there or while we're down there.
Go for it. What are you looking around for, like in the water or just inside of your bell?
In the water around us, because we're supposed to be looking for anything. So I'm just kind of doing a perception, see if I notice anything that catches my eye, or understanding the layout of the area we're supposed to be mapping.
The only thing you notice is how dark the water is, and a large school of small silver fish that envelop your bell for a moment, and then continue swimming on by.
So are we stopped yet, or are we still going down?
You are not stopped yet. You are still going down.
Okay. They gave us like writing utensils and stuff, right?
They gave you everything you would need.
Excellent. What kind of roles dictate writing skill?
Intelligence.
Okay.
An intelligence thing. You continue going further and further down until there is a loud clunk sound and you all are jostled inside of the bell, as it seems as though your bell has come to rest against the ocean floor amid a small grouping of rocks.
Well, okay then. I look around and I start charting the area.
Are you going to try to draw here, or are you going to try to just write things down?
Well, draw.
You're going to go for an artistic attempt here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do a... your drawing is actually quite solid. You're drawing the underwater terrain that you can see from all four perspectives, from all four of the windows. It seems pretty good.
So is there anything else down here? Can I do like perception checks and stuff, or?
Sure, go for it.
What's out there?
Out there, all you can really see is sand. Sand, rocks, and a lot of seaweed in one of the directions. Seems like there's a small, like almost seaweed forest heads off in one direction. Now you think you'll see movement in the seaweed forest, but it could just be the seaweed itself. It's hard to say.
Okay. So this diving bell, it's got no bottom, right?
Nope, no bottom. Below you, there is
Right.
water.
Gotcha. So if we wanted to, we could get out.
You could.
It's not like so deep that it would be like too much pressure or anything.
We're lowered very gradually, so you do feel a lot of pressure right now.
All right.
But you're not in the water yet either. So
Fair enough. I think we'll just sit tight for now. Oh, shit! I don't have anything on me. I was thinking I could cast light on something, and it would give us a better view of the surrounding area if I just like dropped it in the water.
maybe.
What do we have on hand, guys? Really? We got nothing?
I got one orb polished steel.
Yeah, we might want to hang on to that. I still have some of my cards from my deck of cards, so I guess I'll cast light on one of those and toss it in the water. Wait, no, it floats. Damn it, it fucking floats. I don't do that.
Okay.
That'd be very dumb.
How about a copper piece?
Literally throwing away money.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
I'm paying one
Hey, how about
copper
one-
to see.
How about one of the C4 bricks? Nobody? All right.
I'd rather give away 1 copper than a C4 brick.
I know. But 1 copper probably won't give us what we want. We need
Okay.
something.
I still have that perfectly round rock from that random game.
Perfectly
in
round
the-
rock.
Yeah, the perfectly round rock.
It's not valuable, right?
No, it was like that one game where you throw polished rocks at circles on a wall. I kept it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll toss that in there if you want.
Yeah, I'll get that out of my inventory.
All right. I take the rock from Andarin and I cast light on the rock and toss it in the water.
You cast a light on the rock and you toss it into the water. It floats down a few feet before coming to rest among some other very round stones on the ocean floor.
Okay. Does it help illuminate nearby areas at all?
It help illuminates directly under you, which is something that the light wasn't doing. It was not reaching under the bell, but now you can see everything under the bell quite well. And you don't see much of interest, but there is a pure white crab, which is scuttling along right now.
Can I draw the crab?
Yeah, you draw the crab.
Nailed it.
Your drawing of the crab is quite good, actually, and you make a note that it is white.
Yay!
So, Grint, what sort of rocks are down there?
The rocky kind.
Well, I mean, with your dwarven experience, I figured you'd be able to, tell what kind of rock.
That is incredibly racist and insensitive.
You do it all the time.
Oh, wow. Okay. Guess I'll just dig up some minerals for you too while I'm at it, huh? I did
Well,
bring
then-
a shovel, actually.
If they're valuable, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty. Don't backtrack me. What kind of rocks can I see from here?
From here, most of the rocks you see around you, it's hard to say because a lot of them are covered in moss
Yeah,
and growths from the ocean floor.
yeah. I'm like
although
they're far away
The
and
best
they're
ones you
covered.
can see, yeah, the best ones you can see are the ones directly under you, which are mostly pebbles that have been deposited there by currents.
Yeah, that could be anything.
Could be indeed, though some of them do look quite interesting.
Interesting how?
Odd colors, and a lot of them are very, they're all pretty much perfectly smooth, but a few of them are very round as well. They're all interestingly shaped.
Okay.
And there's one with a small, white vein that cuts through the rest of the gray stone, which you think is particularly cool.
How far down are those rocks?
Just a few feet under you.
I want to grab that rock.
Okay.
So how many feet would you say they're under me?
Like 2 or 3 feet.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try and reach out and grab them.
Okay. Make a dexterity save.
I knew that was coming. You son of a bitch.
Right. When you reach down, the crab holds still for a moment, and then as you grab the rock, it lunges out and attempts to grab your thumb, but you pull your hand back very quickly.
You little shit.
The crab is confused and spins around in a circle, snapping its claws angrily.
Oh shit! So this is a rock I have in my hand, right?
Mhm.
It's not an egg or something.
No, doesn't seem to be.
Okay. Well, then, do I know what kind of rock it is with my keen dwarven senses?
You do know what the rock is. This rock is a piece of microcline.
I have no idea what that is.
I'll show you.
Ooh.
Or you can just Google it yourself.
I don't wanna.
Okay. Discord. That is microcline.
Neat.
This piece is perfectly round and smooth. And, there is a small silvery vein of what you now know is platinum that is running through the center of this rock.
What?
A little thing. You know from your dwarven experience that microcline is an igneous rock formed further towards the surface of most mines, so it's more near the beginning. And that is also where native platinum happens to be, in mid-elevation areas. So you'd expect to find this in like small mountains, basically, or tall hills.
Huh.
How it got here, you're not sure, but it could be just some ancient formation of microcline that ended up here through some underwater volcano or some other thing, which you do know exists.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's neat. But how much would this platinum in here be worth, would you say?
Raw, unrefined platinum, you'd be lucky to get more than like a few drops of actual refined platinum from it.
Okay.
So in terms of value as a metal, probably not much. But in terms of value as an interesting piece, as an interesting item, this perfectly smooth piece of microcline with the platinum in it, it's hard to say. It probably has more value that way, though.
Okay, then. We'll just hang on to that.
All right. You grab your funny ocean rock and you pocket it. Keep it with you.
How do you spell that? I'm just gonna call it ocean rock.
You smell it.
All right. So, what's everybody else up to?
Well, I've just got my general perception going that I rolled earlier and looking for things.
Braun, so far, has not seen an awful lot aside from what seems to be what you thought was just a little bit of movement in the seaweed. Braun actually spotted a giant eel, is what seems to be moving around in the seaweed. You know it's an eel just from what it looks like. You've heard descriptions before, but you've never seen one. The eel is roughly 20 to 30 feet long and a few feet thick. It's a very large eel.
I will make a mental note and report that.
Oh, can I see it now?
If he chooses to point it out to you, you will see it.
Well, that's what you said. So, yeah, like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll point it out to everybody.
Jan also does a extremely very nice drawing of this eel, which he has added to his collection of drawings that he's been doing down here. They're all quite good.
Boy's got talent.
Okay. So, do we want to fight the eel?
No, we don't want to fight the eel. He's on his home turf.
Well, and the problem is, too, is if we get out of this bell, I think the pressures might be a little tough for us.
It's not terrible, but it's it wouldn't kill us, but we would have issues probably.
The pressure outside is going to be the same as the pressure inside. That's how diving bells work.
Mm-hmm.
Can we breathe underwater?
Not anymore.
The issue would be breathing, not yeah.
Yeah, we can walk on water, but that's not the same thing.
Even if you had gills, you're just not made to breathe underwater. Your lungs still have a hard time, like, collapsing and uncollapsing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, you're getting headaches from the pressure.
So yeah, I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs now. I've done what I wanted to do. I've drawn landscape, fought a crab for a rock. I mean, what more could you want?
The crab's
Mermaid
assault
would
on
be
you
nice.
has fortunately left you unscathed, so you decide that you're pretty much done here. You did a good drawing. You found your rock. You made some wildlife observations. That's pretty much everything they were asking for.
I noticed a lack of mermaids, which I'm disappointed in.
You're disappointed by the lack of fish tits, but otherwise, everything is fine with you as well.
How is Andarin faring? He hasn't vomited yet?
No. I don't think I'll vomit. I think I'll be very glad to get back up where there's air.
Are you not gonna draw anything?
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do a drawing while I'm down here. To do an intelligence. Okay. Yeah, I'm drawing like a representation of my sheer terror of being underwater.
Okay, you decide you're going to take an artistic perspective here, and you draw a very facilophobic drawing of some sort of like giant animal underneath your boat trying to consume you. It's very nice. It's a good drawing.
And I'll do a drawing of Andarin with like shaky lines showing him sitting there basically just a ball of nerves and shaking.
Yeah. Your drawing is also quite good.
All right.
And with that being that, after a little while, once you're finally just starting to get bored, they pull you back up.
And I hear Andarin say, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, they even got music inside the bell. That's nice.
After a
Not-
while,
Not quite the elevator music I was expecting, but all right.
you are pulled back up, and they basically, they go from bell to bell collecting everyone's findings. Do you want to tell them about your rock or
I do.
not?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you tell them about the rock, and they ask if they can have it.
They can. I will give it to them.
You give them your interesting rock, and they take it gratefully.
Okay, I'll turn over my findings.
All right. You also turn over your findings. You all turn over your findings, and they're very grateful for your drawings and this and that and the other. And they say that normally they would take you to a few more locations, but you guys have done great work so far, and they think they have pretty much everything they need for this area.
Wow,
And,
we're really good at this.
They bring you all back to port, and the other groups are quite pleased. Everyone is quite pleased with themselves.
Somebody's going to be out here mining platinum, I imagine, really soon.
As long as they name the mine after me, I'm okay with that.
Okay, they all decide that everyone gets a bonus. So rather than getting paid 15 silver pieces each, you all receive 30 silver pieces each because you did things so well.
Nice.
And the cartographers invite you to come back tomorrow for the same thing. They always need people to come and help them out.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so where's Yanni at?
He also turned in his drawings with the others, and as soon as they pay him, he scampers off.
Oh, I'd like to stop him. I'm like, Yanni, same time tomorrow, eh?
I'm afraid I won't be available then, sirs. I have lessons tomorrow.
Oh, this is it for now, huh?
He nods.
I'm like, well, once two men have shared a diving bell, like they are brothers for life, and Grint like cuts his hand, and like to cut my palm, and I'm like, blood brothers forever. Come on, let's do this.
He looks at you and then he sprints off.
Next time. I'm gonna medicine bandage the cut on my hand. Hold up here. Yay!
You roll a 1 and get sepsis. Oh, sorry. You already rolled.
Thankfully, you don't roll a 1 and get sepsis, and you bind up your hand immediately. Several of the other adventurers are giving you weird looks, but you're used to that. It's not really unusual.
Yeah. Why be an adventurer if everyone else is looking at you weirdly?
Yeah, exactly. No pain, no gain.
Exactly.
So we're going to just do this for the next week? Every day?
It could be interesting. Like the next one might be a bit more eventful. Who knows? It's burning time. I'm okay with it. Unless you want to go back to the board and see if there's a different type of mission you want to do.
Well, I mean, it's probably a good idea to check every day and see if there's something better, and if not, then we can do that. Just to kind of make...
Yeah, it's not like we've committed to anything here. Yeah.
All right, and we're making enough money to pay for our room and board and still have a little bit extra every day, so it's good living while we're waiting this period before we get back into town, get back to the main city, sell out power rod, make some money.
And I've got it stored for a week, so yeah, that's great.
So, what's your plan here?
Like fast
We will
track?
return to the market board. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, just return to the market board before we cut in for the night, and then the next day, we'll know what we're going to do. If we're going to come back here, if we're going to go do something else.
Okay. You return to the market board, making the executive decision that you're going to find something else to do.
I do not find much.
You find one thing that you think might interest you, but as you're halfway through reading it, it is snatched off the board.
Well, by who?
You have a hard time spotting them in the crowd.
Bullshit, I do. What, I need perception?
Yeah. As you spin to try to find them, you are abruptly smacked by the elbow of a particularly tall half-orc. He apologizes to you and helps you up, but your nose is quite broken.
Can I medicine
from
that?
ramming into his armored elbow. Yes, you can.
Jesus.
You gingerly try to set your nose back into place, but it seems as though you're going. It's going to be a little bit crooked from now on.
Oh well.
It doesn't really matter.
I was having
your looks weren't that great before.
I was half expecting that fail to have him think it was somebody that it wasn't and go after him. But.
Oh, that would have been great. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't exactly the fucking George Clooney of dwarves to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
That's to help, right?
All right. Well, shit. I don't see anything else, guys. If you want to have a look, that's on you. You guys are a little bit taller than me. Might be able to get some of those top notices.
I'll take an investigation then.
As will I.
We have guidance to Andarin here.
Braun doesn't find shit either.
But with his keen elven senses, roll that
He
d4.
At least they didn't break my nose.
Yeah,
About to break a leg here, you little shit.
a 19.
And Darren does find something that seems right up your alley. It's debt collection.
Mm.
Just go around. It's basically an advertisement. People are not paying their gambling debts, and a lot of them are coming due. So it is your job to go out and collect from various different degenerates who spend all their time gambling.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, I'm all for this.
You take the listing off the board.
And let's turn it in for the night then. And we'll hit this up tomorrow morning.
Right. You turn rather than choosing to walk around in the evening and try to collect these debts, you choose to turn in. Probably a smart move. Nothing eventful happens during your sleep. It is, for all intents and purposes, a normal night.
All right, so this notice we have, does it tell us to meet somebody?
It gives you a few locations of where they think the debtors' names are, or where the debtors will be, and it tells you what their names are.
Does it tell us what they look like?
Short descriptions, yes.
Okay.
But nothing more than like short, fat dwarf, tall old dude, stuff like that.
Okay. Does it tell us where to bring these collections afterwards?
It says to bring the money to the gambling house. And it gives you the location.
Am I the only one who thinks that this is kind of a weird system? It's basically just like, yeah, we're here to collect your debt, and then you never even have to take it to the gambling house? Like,
Well,
Well, if we
that-
do that, the next day there will be a post on a board looking for us.
it's okay, just change faces or something. It's just magic.
Of course,
I don't know, something.
How do they know we're the ones that took it?
well, the people who we took it from could put out their own notices.
Well, they're unreliable witnesses at this point, aren't they? They're just trying to say that they paid somebody and then the guy took off. That's who's going to believe that?
Okay, so when we get up in the morning, I guess we just get to it then. You said nothing eventful happens at night. Yeah, let's grab some brekkie and let's get on.
You make the decision to grab some breakfast and start your daily task.
All right, two things. One, how much is room and board every day? So just so we can mark it.
It's
automatically.
3 or 6 silver, or I'm sorry, 6 copper, because it's 3 for the rooms, 3 for the food, right?
Yeah, it's 3 and 3 for all of you.
So 6 copper a day. Great. The other thing is, I think we should all use fake names while we're doing this.
Grind is incapable of deception.
Of what?
Of deception, lying and deception. It's something that followers of the guy that. Hold on, damn it. Silverbeard, followers of Silverbeard. We're not big on lying and deception, so.
But I can
that would be a
fix
no
that.
from Grin.
I can fix that.
How can you fix that?
I will call you by a certain name, and then you will have that as a name that you can be referred to.
It's
Gods
not
don't
sitting
really
well with
appreciate
me.
loopholes.
Yeah. They'd probably be pissed about that. So that's going to be a no for me. Gren is going to use his real name.
Or we could just not refer to you by name.
Yeah, I mean, that would technically, yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, so just avoid answering that question.
So you're gonna head out and start collecting the debts.
Yep.
Okay.
I will go by the name Grint.
We can't both be Grit. That's ridiculous, Braun.
Am I doing this wrong?
God damn it.
I thought this is how you did it.
Brint Gongle. Something like that.
So, the first, what does the first one say? Where should we look?
It says the first one is an old fellow who is going to be probably at his home, sitting around and probably not doing anything.
Oh, all right.
Because he's got the bad stuff and he's dying, probably.
So, let's head on over to his house. It gives an address, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
All right. So, what does his house look like?
His house looks fairly ordinary. He's simply renting the upper half of a building.
Okay. I guess I knock on the door.
Who's there?
I'm freezing up. Somebody, because I get the feeling if I say debt collectors, he's not going to answer.
My name's Andy.
Andy who? I don't know anyone by that name.
We're here to settle a small dispute somebody has with you, sir.
A dispute? What's going on? Okay. And he comes and opens the door.
Should we produce the ledger and,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Let's say good day, sir. We are here to collect the debt that has been owed, and we believe that you are the one who owes it.
Well, now you listen here. I don't have no money for you. You see, I had to spend all me money on me leg. Yes, a terrible illness. You understand?
Yes. So we're all very upset about that. But here I'm going to use persuasion and explain to him the issue is that your leg probably will get a lot worse if for some reason this debt is not getting paid. So I would recommend.
Won't abide by that. Leave my home immediately. You'll get nothing from me.
Oh, hold up. Oh, god damn.
Well, on second thought, perhaps it's best if you come in. Maybe we can work something out.
Okay, so sure, yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
So, sir, what's you said you spent all your money on your leg, huh? How's that coming along?
Just fine. Just had to get some salve. You understand? It pains me terribly. Just got to rub it right on.
What kind of salve you putting on there?
Thulberry.
Stoolberry.
Can I do an insight on that?
That's what I was gonna do, but if you want to do one, that's on you.
Yeah, sure, go for it. It is Thuleberry, but it might not be what he says it's for.
Can I do an intelligence check to know what Thuleberry is all about, or if it's used in medical stuff or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Grin knows, because of his medical knowledge, that it's sometimes referred to as the berry of the night, since it's often used to treat intimate afflictions. It's basically like
Ah,
anti-STD cream.
gotcha. That's I see. That's interesting. Do I know if it's expensive or not?
It's a little bit pricey.
I see. Let me think about this for a sec. I'm gonna say, well, I'm actually a healer. I heal quite a bit. Would you like me to take a look at your leg?
Sure, sure. And he's getting visibly nervous.
Because there's nothing wrong with his leg.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I look over his leg
Seems perfectly fine.
and I say, sir, there's nothing wrong with your leg at all.
Oh, you see it, you can see it. It's a bone illness.
Really? I happen to know lots about bone illnesses. Which one in particular do you have?
Look, all right. I don't spend the money on stuff me leg. Okay, I spent a lot of time with the ladies, and I need something that helps me feel better afterwards. You understand?
Mhm.
I can't do without it. I'll have
Mm.
the money. It's just not now.
You sure you couldn't get it together? Because you'd be much better off paying this debt than you would with the ladies. Like paying the debt would feel much better than spending time with the ladies. I can promise you that.
Yeah, we're the nice team, and we don't want to have to refer you to the less nice team.
Eh,
Yeah, I'm like digging I'm like gripping him by the fucking ankle at this point and kind of like squeezing. I'm like, oh yeah, we're a bunch of fucking angels compared to the next couple of guys.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
How about intimidation?
That works too. Fine, fine, fine. I have some coins around here. I'll find them for you right now.
That would be for the best. Thank you.
He begins to search his house, and he opens a jar and pours some coins out, and then hands them to you. That should be everything right there.
I would like to
Oh,
count it. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. I say thank you so much, sir. I'm glad that we have come to such an agreeable agreement.
Off with you. He grumbles,
Right then.
ushers you out.
All right, one down. How many more are on this list?
3 more.
Well, all right then. So, who's this next guy on the list?
Next fellow is a dwarf. He lives near the craftsman, but not in the craftsman district.
Okay. Does he have a name?
His name on the paper is Grainbeard, but it says that is a nickname. That is not his actual name.
Mm-hmm. Grainbeard like that?
Mhm.
Okay. So they don't know exactly where he lives?
No, they do know where he lives.
Oh, okay. Then we shall head to the address.
You head to the address, and here you hear the sounds of children playing inside of the house. And it seems like Grainbeard himself is sitting on the porch, currently smoking a pipe.
I approach him. I say, "Hello, sir.
Hello?
I'm looking for a Mr. Grainbeard. Wouldn't happen to know where he is, do you?"
He eyes you suspiciously. That'd be me, eh?
Oh, excellent. We are here to represent the gambling house. It appears that you have a bit of debt with them.
Yes, I do.
So, when did you plan on paying that?
Oh, I'd have the money right soon, I would. I'm just waiting for some things to work out right now. Not a big deal.
Oh, but this debt here is like really, really late. I'm sure you know that.
Of course, but I got to feed me children. I can't just go handing out money left and right, you understand?
But plenty of time to run around gambling, huh?
It's true, that's true, but everyone needs a distraction, you understand? The toil of everyday work, it wears down on a dwarf, I'm sure you understand.
Too true. Absolutely, yes. But I don't go around owing money to people. I make a very, very good point to not do that.
Grainbeard does not respond, but instead takes a tug of his pipe.
How much does it say how much his debt is?
Yes, it does.
How much is it?
He owes them 55 silver.
Goodness. It's quite a bit. I ask him how many kids he has.
2, sir.
2 kids, huh? Making an awful lot of racket for 2 kids.
That they are. You hear, like, crashing inside.
How do we want to approach this, guys? Nobody has any ideas? Fair enough. Okay.
Do we take one of his
I,
children as collateral?
Jesus. I say, sir, you've really got to pay this debt, you know. It kind of looks bad on all of us dwarves when debts don't get paid, you know?
I understand. Normally, it wouldn't be a problem. We'll have the money as soon as my wife returns.
I'm sorry, and what is your wife doing?
All right now, she's up in the north visiting relatives in the land of the hill dwarfs. Apparently, they've got some nasty business going on right now, and she felt it was a prudent time to visit and try to help.
Oh, yeah, what the hell was that?
She's an alchemist, you understand, so she felt as if any assistance that she could render might be useful.
And you suspect she's going to get paid for this?
Most likely. If not,
Most.
she'll be returning to a shop here anyways.
And then you'll have the money.
Exactly.
What does my insight think about that?
He's being completely straightforward. He thinks this is justified.
Justified, or it's actually going to work out the way he thinks it is?
It'll work out the way he thinks it will.
And how long is your wife going to be gone?
Oh, I have no idea, to be honest.
Well, that's not good. What if she never comes back?
Well, then we're out of luck anyhow.
I'm afraid we can't leave it like that.
So, quick question here. Did she leave any potions or anything that we would find useful? We could buy, and then he could just pay the debt with the money that he earns from that? We could always use a few more supplies.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, he perks up a little bit. Mayhap I have something sitting around you could use, indeed. Indeed. Let me check the storage closet real quick. He heads into his home, and you hear him like chastise the children, and he searches around, and eventually he comes back with a large bottle in his hands. And now you see this here. She explained to me once what this is. I think it's a bugger me potion of growth. Some sort of thing. Some fellow wanted to grow some tree, some rich fellow. He said he didn't have time to wait for it to grow. He was old, you understand. He wanted to see it in all of its glory now. She spent months coming up with this thing, and in the end, she had some extra that she stored away for a rainy day. I've got no idea what it's worth, but it's one of a kind. You understand? May have some value.
I'm gonna insight that, I guess.
Seems honest to you as far as you can tell.
Well, what do you guys think? How big is this bottle?
It's large, about the size of a wine bottle.
Interesting. It could be helped to grow trees or something, huh?
Can it
What do
grow
you guys
people?
think?
Would people grow in size if they were to drink this?
I will. I'm not about to just take a swig of that, so. So, yeah. Tell you what.
I'll give it a test.
You want to take a swig of it?
Sure.
Fuck. All right. I mean, so here's the deal, sir. I'll give you a gold piece for that bottle.
Yes, of course. That's a fair exchange.
Right. So I'll give you 45, and we will pay the 55 for your debt. Silver. that is.
Understood.
Damn it. I am short one silver piece, guys. No. You know what? I'm gonna give him 44 silver and 100 copper. There we go.
No, it takes you a while to count out all the coins, but you do.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a nice day now.
Thank you very much for helping me sort this whole business out. It's been quite stressful for me.
I bet it has.
And do try to stay away from the gambling hall until your wife gets back.
Of course, sirs, of course.
So I assume Braun grabs this bottle.
Yeah, I'm taking a swig.
He's taking a swig.
All right. You're just gonna drink it?
Just gonna drink it.
One second. Let me see if I have do I have cure poison on hand? I don't think I do.
All right. Make a Constitution save.
Oh boy.
All right. You puke everywhere. It's disgusting. It tastes like motor oil. You can't keep that stuff down.
So did we just get screwed?
I mean, it might grow some. We need to find somebody who needs a growth potion
Yeah.
to
Where
grow
you
vegetation.
puke it up, and it like spills on the ground after you spew it everywhere. The moss grows over the stones on the ground.
So it doesn't work on people, but it does work on plants. Got it.
Correct.
Seems so.
So how much of it did he spill exactly, or drink even?
Mouthful.
What?
Yeah, he just took a swig, so
Oh, a mouthful, you said.
yeah.
I thought you said the full bottle. I was like, what the fuck? How much
Oh,
did you
no.
drink? No. Okay, so there's still like, what, 80% of the bottle left?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'll let Bron hang on to that. You call it whatever you want. Okay, so moving right along. Who's next on the list?
Next on the list is a woman called Elthern. Though for some reason the debtor's name is listed as a man.
A man? It's a weird name.
No. Like the debtor's name is like a man's name. But the address is for a woman.
So I'm going to
Gotcha.
get my detect traps ready.
Oh, God.
Right, you prepare to detect traps.
All right, so we have an address, yes?
Correct, you do.
Well, when we arrive at the house, I will... Knocking has been working for us. I'm going to try that again.
All right. Upon arriving outside of the address of the small home, looking a little bit run down, you knock on the door, and a woman answers. Hello, who is it? Who's there?
What's the name of this? What's the name on the sheet again?
The woman's name is Elsine, though the man is really completely different. It's Johan.
Yeah, we're looking for Johan.
Johan's not here. If you're looking for me, father, you can go ahead and look in the city graveyard.
Insight that?
Hard to say. You can't really get a read on somebody through a door.
Fair enough. I say your father's dead?
Yes, thankfully.
Well, we have to collect his debt all the same, you see.
You can tell the gambling house to bugger off. They're not getting a penny out of me. Not a single copper.
Come on now, ma'am. I'm sure after all your father gave to you over the years, you could give back and make sure his debt's all finished up.
No. He didn't leave me nothing, and as such, I won't accept nothing.
Well, this is technically less than nothing, ma'am.
Exactly. He can bugger off, and so can they. You'll have that money over my cold, dead body. I don't even have it to pay as is.
Well, I mean, we don't want it to come to that now. That would be terrible. Let's see here. Her house, how does it look?
As I said before, it's a small one-story house. It seems a little bit run down and in disrepair.
I see.
Does she
I
have something you might find valuable?
I say, hey, where exactly is your father's grave?
It's in the city cemetery, should be, by the temple.
I see. You guys want to go dig him up? See if he had like some rings or something on him?
How much is the debt?
It's a large debt. This is 2.5 gold pieces.
Wow.
It's as if he was gambling far beyond his means.
So he probably knew he was sick and was gambling for the fun of it, and the gambling house should have known better than to extend credit to someone like that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to hold up with him or not.
And I'm really against people having to pay for the sins of their parents.
Yeah, it is kind of shitty.
Yeah, no. We're just gonna say that we couldn't make contact here.
Yeah, let's dig him up. I agree. I'm just saying, he's gotta pay. You know, he's gotta pay. If he was trying to shirk the system, then the system's gonna shirk him.
I just want to know, like, I'm gonna roll a religion check here, just see how wrong this is with every god followed by the party.
I mean, he was gonna leave it to his daughter. So
What does a
I think he's a bad person, and it wouldn't be bad at all.
You're gonna guess it's probably a big no-no for Grint, but the rest of you, it doesn't matter so much.
Okay, Grint, like, I don't even know much about Silverbeard, and you better check with him first.
Well, see, here's the thing. Silverbeard was always about doing the right thing and paying your debts and being a good person. And this guy is clearly a schmuck, all right? He's a deadbeat dad, tried to shirk his fucking debt over to his kids. And if he ain't going to pay in life, then I think we should check to see if he can do so in death. On top of that, I'm pretty sure I have a spell that lets me talk to dead people.
Really, do you?
Speak with dead, yes. There you go.
Okay.
And you can cast that as a ritual, right?
I don't think I can, no.
Why do you know so much?
I thought I saw a ritual box next to...
Nope. There's definitely not a ritual box next to it.
Why do you know so much necromancy?
I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes you just need to have a chat with somebody who can't do much talking no mores.
Grant, do you have something to tell everyone?
Have you ever heard of grave consulting?
Yeah.
It's like grave robbing, except you do some consultant work instead with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, plus,
so let's dig a guy up!
You have people coming into the churches wanting to know what their loved ones were thinking and stuff. And it's a service you can provide for such people.
So let's do it.
Go digging.
Well, what exactly do we accomplish with this little...
He might have had some stashed gold somewhere, you know? And maybe there's more of it than the debt would pay, and that we could give to his daughter or something. You know, who knows?
Yeah, that.
Let's dig him up!
To a dwarf with a shovel, the entire world looks like an
a grave.
Job.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Okay. I guess...
So you get 5 questions.
So here's the deal. I didn't have Speak with Dead prepared. I knew I wasn't going to need water walking, so like I didn't have that prepared. So if will I have to rest, or can I just say that that's the one I wanted to have prepared now?
You're gonna have to rest.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's rest for now, and we'll go talk to that bastard tomorrow.
You can take a short rest.
Yeah, you can do it short.
Do it later in the evening.
Okay. Or conversely, what we could do is we could go do because there's 4. This is the 3rd person. We can do
Correct.
the 4th, then take a short rest, then do it. How do you feel about that?
Let's do the second one there, yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I mean, that guy's not going anywhere, let's be real.
The entire graveyard has been stolen.
Just up and shoved it into
My
Dimensional Rift. It's
God.
gone.
Okay, so then, what's the next one?
The last one is a craftsman.
Is he making armor?
He is, as a matter of fact. He's an armor craftsman.
Well, let's go to his shop.
You retrace some familiar steps to a shop that you've been to before.
Oh God, it's the shop our armor.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
Hello, sirs. What can I do for you? Your armor's still not finished yet.
Is it the shop owner or is it his shop?
Yeah, it's him.
The
Shop.
debt's oh jeez. I hand him the piece of paper. I don't even say anything. I just cold gaze, hand him the piece of paper.
Oh. I see. Can I take gems in payment?
I look to him like,
How much is the
what
debt?
gems? Yeah, how much is it?
It's about a gold.
About a gold. How much is our armor costing?
Several golds. I believe you worked out the price of them to be like 5 or 6.
I want to say it was something like that.
Yeah, piece. I think. Yeah, it was pretty expensive. So I will kind of whisper to Grin so only he can hear that. You know, at the end of the day, if we have to eat this, you know.
Let me think about this for a second.
But I will take a gems because we could use those for other things later.
Yeah. You said it was just a gold? That's all it is?
Yep.
Tell you what, yes. You know what? We will do the legwork for you. You give us the gems, we'll break down the conversion.
Oh, thank you very much. Here's the pieces for you. He hands you a few pieces of purple amethyst.
How much do I happen to know how much that would cost or value
Yeah.
as a dwarvy?
Purple amethyst can be... It's not a particularly valuable gem, but it's worth several silver a piece, anywhere from like 10 to 50 for a sizable hunk of amethyst. It's like a poor man's sapphire, basically.
Sure, let's go with that. And how much does he give us?
He gives you 5 or 6 chunks.
6 chunks. Okay. Who wants to hold on to this? I'm getting kind of full myself, so who wants the gems?
I'll take them.
All right. I say I'm so sorry about this nasty business. Thank you for your understanding.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for your assistance. Your armor's going to be done in a few days, by the way.
Excellent. All right, so let's take a short rest, and then I can have a talk with the dead guy. And how about we take like a quick break, real quick, before we do that?
Want to take a break?
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you guys in 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, taking a quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So who are we still missing?
Not me.
I'm
still
here.
I never left.
All right, I'm all set then.
I never left.
So to do a short rest, do we just have to sit around or something?
Basically, yeah. You just
Okay.
take a short
So-
rest.
Mhm.
Also, because Grint is the only one that needs a short rest, I guess it's going to be Braun and I digging a grave up.
Oh, while I rest? Yeah, go for it.
It would save some time, and I have a little bit of strength, so I can probably do this pretty quickly, hopefully. So what do I need to roll?
Well, first of all, you have to get into the graveyard.
Yes, that would be an idea.
Details. So we'll go to the graveyard.
Upon approaching the graveyard, the guards allow you in, no question. There is only one person here, and it is the gravekeeper / gravedigger. It seems he's the only one here at the moment.
Okay.
Alright, so can we find the grave we're looking for?
You do indeed find the grave you're looking for.
Alright. I'm trying to think
So-
if I have a way to dig other
Well,
than using my hands.
Grint has a shovel, so
Well, if I hand me a shovel, I'll get to digging.
So not to talk across the table or anything, but obviously
Well,
you
you're still
guys
here.
aren't going to be able to. No. I'm resting somewhere.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were going to rest here while we dig.
I guess I could do that, but what I was going to say is they're not just going to let us dig it up. They're not going to do that. They will. They won't stop you. The gravekeeper will tell the guards, and the guards will come and they will stop you, and then we will all be in jail for grave robbing.
we're not robbing the grave. We're just here to ask questions.
Well, then perhaps you should take that up with the gravedigger first.
Okay, I'll.
You're assuming he would care.
He might tell you what. Let me talk to him.
No, you're resting.
Fine, I will
I
rest while you.
This.
Fine, you take care of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go track down the gravekeeper.
The gravekeeper isn't hard to find right now. He is currently cleaning off one of the graves. He seems to be a priest in the church nearby, the general temple.
Hello, sir.
Hello, my son. Did you need a service performed or preparations for a grave to be dug?
In a manner, we actually have to talk to one of your residents.
Excuse me?
It's a little bit of an odd story, but one of your deceased here owes a considerable amount of money, and it's putting a hardship on his remaining family. So we were going to see if there was anything that he could provide us an answer for, like as to where he might have some hidden wealth that he didn't leave.
Relative wishes a priestly communion?
Yeah.
It is not unheard of. Though finding a priest willing to perform the necessary rites can be somewhat difficult. Have you procured such a man already?
We have. A member of our party is able to hold communion with the deceased.
With the permission of their family, I see no issue then. I will inform the guards of your purposes here, though you will only be permitted to do so once. If you are a witness taking any items from the grave of the deceased, you will be taken in, as it were. by the guards.
Well, if he does happen to have an item of value that could cover the debts, would that be amendable? It would be a matter of getting the gambling hall off of his daughter's back.
I'll make a persuasion roll. I'm afraid I cannot permit it.
Okay, that's understandable. We're just trying to do the right thing here.
He nods to you and turns back to his work.
Okay, and I'm going to return to Braun and let him know that we have permission this time to dig a grave that is occupied.
All right, let's do this. I got to roll.
Get to digging. It doesn't take you very long to dig this grave. And after a while, you have exhumed the body in a cheap wooden casket. He is mostly a skeleton at this point, with a bit of wispy hair and deteriorating clothes. Though thankfully, there's no rotting flesh there.
So we're just kind of waiting for our compatriot to be here. I will take just a quick look at the body, see if there's anything of value anywhere near.
There was like some weird sound going on there with your mic. What did you say?
I'm just going to look and see if there's anything of value on the body.
Not as far as you can tell, no. Though you haven't really searched him.
Why, Ryan? Why?
So I search for anything on the body.
You don't find anything.
Understandable.
That's it?
You're really gonna push that one?
I'm concerned now. What is going on behind the curtain? Because I don't think he's going to let us get off that easy.
Seems as if there is nothing of value on him or in his casket.
Okay.
Okay. So, try not to, interrogate him before we reanimate him.
So if you just want to wait out your rest now, that's fine. Or you can try some more stuff. See whatever works.
I personally don't think I'm going to do anything else but just sit here.
Should we be, Weekend at Bernie's with this guy, or
Oh God, no, no. Just leave him. All right. You guys end up crushing his head or something, so we can't talk to him. So we choose to wait. Yes, everyone wants to wait for the short rest.
I'm gonna take a dirt nap.
Poor taste, Ryan. Poor taste. A man died. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we wait for the short rest.
All right. You finish up your short rest, and you are ready to cast your spell, if you so desire.
Yes, I do. I will cast it.
Right, you cast your spell. The corpse, after you cast it on, it suddenly it just like sits bolt upright, and the skeleton turns to you and speaks. 5 questions.
I say, Honorable Johann, have your daughter has been left in crippling debt due to your gambling habits. Is there any way you can help us alleviate them?
Yes.
Please tell us how.
No.
I gotta be careful. There's only 3 left. Why? You said you would help us. Will you or will you not?
No.
Do you care nothing for your daughter?
Correct.
You're kind of a shit, you know that?
I was often told so in life. No, with that, the skeleton falls back into the coffin.
All right, guys. He didn't have much going for him, it turns out.
However, while he was speaking, you did catch something that might be of value. He had gold teeth.
oh,
Mm, I don't know how I feel about that. Like Grant wants to know part of that.
I was gonna, as I look around, is anybody watching?
The guards are keeping a vague eye on you, but they're not really like watching. They're just kind of standing nearby.
So, do I think I can jump down into the hole, rip his head off, put it in a bag, and jump back up without anybody noticing?
Probably not.
At 6 feet down, I don't know if, unless they're standing right over it, they wouldn't be able to see what I was doing.
Yeah, I've already stormed off at this point. I'm kind of pissed at this guy.
I mean, would they have line of sight of what I'm doing while I'm down there?
No, not once you're down there. No, should be good to go.
I can get down there, I can rip his head off, throw it in the bag, jump back up like I did nothing, and then start covering the body back up.
Okay.
okay.
Going to be your option here.
And I look at Andarin and just kind of shrug my shoulders.
I kind of shake my head at him and like look down at my feet. Here, I'll hand you the lid to the coffin so you can put it on while you're down there.
All right. I'll jump down to put the lid on the coffin and make sure that's what they see that I'm doing.
Yeah, you jump down and you begin to put the lid on the coffin. If you want to try to do it as quickly as possible, make sure you use sleight of hand roll.
I don't get bonuses for this, for that, so I'm just going to do a regular sleight of hand.
Yeah, seems pretty sneaky to you.
All right, so I'll take care of that, put the thing on, and then jump up and start burying it up real quick.
It seems as though the guards did not notice. You just grabbed his whole head?
Yeah, shoved it in my bag so nobody can see it.
Okay. Upon doing so, you don't know it, but you are now cursed.
Okay.
I won't tell you what it does until you run across it, 'cause it's a really good one.
Of course
Like-
it is.
We got cursed just to settle a gambling debt. This mission's gonna give us like 50 copper or 50 silver or some shit.
It's about the journey, though.
God, it better be.
Okay. But you now possess his head. The guards didn't seem to notice, and you fill the grave back in upon replacing the rest of his body.
And we will skedaddle.
Okay. You leave. You leave the graveyard, and nobody follows you. The gravekeeper doesn't seem to have noticed. Nobody seems to really pay you much mind. What do you want to do now?
What indeed? Well, we have all the debts. Let's fucking go do the thing.
Yeah, we're gonna need a nice quiet place to take those teeth out because they aren't going to accept an entire head as payment.
I mean,
I
they're
think
debt
that's their problem.
collectors. What? Yeah, I mean, like they'd probably be overjoyed to do it.
You try to give him the head. Do you guys accept? Oh, great, another one for the collection. Just puts it next to all the other debtors.
Yeah, right. No, they've got like one of those fucking. And he puts it on like a little fucking rolling ramp or something, and just falls down into a pile of fucking heads. It's like some Blockbuster video deposit return shit.
But you have the money, the amethysts, and the head.
Right. So, I don't know how you guys want to handle the head. I think the easiest way to handle all of this is to simply supplement what we have already with our own money, and then keeping the fat, because we probably have like more money from the teeth and the amethysts or whatever than the debt itself is worth.
Could you possibly appraise the amount of gold on those teeth, or?
I'd rather not. I feel like you could get somebody else to do that.
Okay.
I mean, you guys probably got cursed for doing that shit.
I didn't do a thing. I will rules lawyer handing a lid to a coffin with the gods until I'm blue in the face.
Braun is the only one cursed, as he was the only one that actually took it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys are just standing around outside the graveyard right now.
Yeah, so let's put this all together. So basically, we're going to take our own money, and we are going to supplement it into the debt funds, pretty much. And then we're gonna take it to the collector guys.
So are you going to sell these amethysts and the teeth, or are you going to just keep them
Eventually. Yeah, we're gonna keep
Okay.
them for now. Yeah.
and just pay the money out? All right.
Yeah.
You head to the gambling house and you speak with the manager there, the proprietor. Oh, welcome to our house of fortune, you might call it. What can I do for you? Are you interested in games, perhaps? Women? Wine?
No, we're just here to settle up some debts.
Ah, of course. You have the coinage?
I hand it to him.
Excellent.
Yeah, I guess Bron should probably handle that because I assume the party funds is where we're going to draw from.
Correct.
Bron, pay the man. Ryan, you with us?
How much am I paying?
I don't know. What's so we collected 2 of these, right? We owe
The 55
How much? 55, there it is. So we owe 55 silver to what's his face?
2.5 gold for the guy with the gold teeth.
Okay, which comes out to 3 gold, 5 silver.
Plus the 1 gold,
Plus the 1 gold, apparently.
if I remember right.
So
That's
4
what it
gold,
all
5
equals
silver.
out to. Yeah, that's about what it all equals out to.
All right, I'll hand over 4 gold, 5 silver.
Excellent. I will strike their names off of my lists. A pleasure doing business with all of you. Oh, and of course, for your payment,
Mm-hmm.
he hands you a token. Night of free games here.
What?
Yes, you can play at any of the tables, no charge.
Grint kind of like softly bites down on the token.
What'd you say?
I softly like bite down on the token.
It's wood.
I look at the other 2 and I'm like, yeah, anybody want to get on that?
Well, maybe. I mean, free games. What can we win from the games?
Only
Like
what you can lose, I imagine.
Right, but these are free games, so it's only potential upside.
No, well, Grant's not interested, so he just like flips the coin to one of you 2. He's like, games are for kids. I'm out.
All right. You guys can all decide on that later. Whatever you want to do. So, what do you want to do for now? You want to return to the inn?
Might as well, yeah.
Actually, before we leave, I'm going to ask the proprietor if he knows of a man by the name of Baristo.
Of who now?
Baristo, shady guy.
Oh, yes. I know of him. What do you wish to know?
Does he have any connections in the town that you know of?
Aside from his crippling gambling debt, no.
How much is his debt?
He has accumulated a debt of 5.5 gold pieces, far beyond his means. I ordered the dealers to stop giving him a line of credit. He used to be able to pay just fine, but recently he's had run into some bad luck and has accumulated quite the pile of debt.
I would
I
say
hear he is currently jailed, so I cannot collect from him at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say he's had some bad luck. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, no issue.
So I would like to take that token and try and earn some money for the work that we've done.
Okay.
How do I go about that?
Well, you'll pretty much just be gambling on games. The token is to get you in, not necessarily to actually let you play anything.
Exactly.
It's only to let me into the place?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then
Yeah,
I'll go
we
back to the guy
got
and tell him
fucked.
no. Yeah, I'm going to tell him, no, we're not taking that. I said, if you want to give me a stake that I can then gamble, like a line of credit that I can gamble with, we can talk.
Strokes his evil-looking goatee. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh boy.
You may have a 50 silver line of credit paid to you upon entering next time you come to this establishment that we are not currently serving right now. Come back in some time in the evening, and your credit will be given to you. Simply present your token. Now, for now, please leave. We have many preparations before this evening.
All right.
I wonder if there could be some sort of divine intervention on luck.
I imagine there could be.
Imagine a check for that and consider that cheap.
And upon that note, I need to be going, as I said I would be. It's about 3:40, so...
Yeah, I figured that was coming. Good place to stop.
Just got a lot done this time. By got a lot done, I mean you did side stuff, and you did some bets. Didn't break anybody's knees, which is what I was kind of hoping for.
Only one person got cursed. Like that's an up. Like compared to the last group, only one person getting cursed in a session. That's pretty solid. I'm happy.
All right.
Well, next week, same time?
Yep.
Lovely. I'll see you all.
Later.
Adios.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll be back next week sometime. Probably a little bit longer than we'll see you then. Thanks for the follows and everything else.